And that is our look at sport.
Nice one. Thank you, Adam. As always, big rain totals on the way for the Hunter this week. Lauren Kemp's next with weather.
Transform your home into a haven with cool, pure, clean air, creating a world of perfect comfort. Take your home to the next level with the air specialists.
It's almost hard to believe after the sunshine we had to close out a very calm weekend, but we could see today's conditions do a complete 180 by this time tomorrow. What's expected to be our first east coast low in years is developing just offshore, meaning we will see large surf and gale force winds along eastern New South Wales this week, as well as heavy rain, which is also set to hit the Sunshine State. Only light showers fell along the country's south coasts and east of the Divide in the last 24 hours. It was heavier in Western Tassie and in isolated pockets of northern Queensland, but hardly a drop fell elsewhere. A moisture feed is currently deepening just off Queensland and feeding off abnormally warm water in the Coral and Tasman seas. Two low-pressure air masses are set to collide tomorrow, forming into one pretty significant low by around Tuesday. Now, the exact positioning of systems like these are notoriously hard to pinpoint, but the worst weather should hit just south of its centre. Flash and riverine flooding are highly likely, with hundreds of millimetres of rain possible in a matter of hours between the mid-coast and Newcastle regions down to just south of Sydney. We can also expect dangerous coastal conditions, huge waves leading to coastal erosion potentially through to Thursday. The icy June run has lasted well into the end of the month in Brisbane, the city only topping 17 degrees tomorrow. Sydney is also in for a maximum of just 18 after a 10-degree start, and the country's capital will shiver through a low of just -5 before getting up to 13 degrees. Mostly calm conditions across the Hunter today, a few patches of sunshine as well, topping in 19 degrees at Nobby's Head, 18 at Maitland. Southwesterly winds picking up tomorrow afternoon in Newcastle, and we are in for a pretty blustery night before winds intensify further on Tuesday. Rain arriving tomorrow evening with heavy falls expected right across our region through to Tuesday. Single-digit overnight lows before reaching tops in the high teens right along our coast, and very similar temperatures in towns further west. Taking a look at coastal conditions for tomorrow, 1 metre sea with a 1.5 metre swell. Morning low tide around 6 a.m. with the high at midday, another low just before 6 p.m. Sun to rise at 6:55 and setting at 4:58. We have some seriously heavy rain forecast in Newcastle this Tuesday. Definitely worth preparing for areas of localised flash flooding. Rain easing after that, but still continuing through to Thursday. Lighter falls in Scone for the next 4 days, and it will remain chilly overnight. But the Central Coast is also set to cop the brunt of this system. Hopefully much calmer and sunnier conditions, though, returning later in the week. And checking out the surf across some of our local beaches today, it was mostly calm conditions in Nobby's for surfers to enjoy. We can expect these conditions to change significantly tomorrow. We have some very strong winds on the way. Jane?
Okay, Lauren, thank you. And that is the NBN news for this Sunday. Thanks for your company. Travel Guides is up next, and I'll see you for the late news. From all the team here, good night.